Hello, literature lovers. Welcome to Litwit Club. Hope you all are doing great. And today we will continue our mock test series on UP PGT 2025. And the very first question is the phrase Waverley novels is associated with Walter Scott, Thomas Hardy, G.B. Shaw, or Charles Dickens. So, as you know, it is related to or associated to Thomas Hardy. The French Revolution began whether it is in 1789 or 1780 or 1781 or 1782. So it begins in 1789, and you can remember things like that also. 1798 is for lyrical ballads. Just you reverse these two numbers and you will get the French Revolution. Name Shakespearean stage actor who successfully played the role of Shylock and many others in Hamlet, King Lear, Othello, and Macbeth, etc. So, you have to tell the name of that actor, whether it is Edmund Kean, Leo Safford, Leo Tolstoy, or Dom Colescott. So, the answer is Edmund Kean. The Caxton Press was established in. So whether it is established in 1475, 1476, 1477 or 1478. So it is established in 1476 and it also marked the beginning of Renaissance. The first book printed in English by Caxton Press was History of Troy, History of Britain, History of Greece or the Bible. So it first published the History of Troy. Next question is who wrote? Through it is what often was thought but never so well expressed. Who said these lines, whether it is Pope, Dryden, Swift, or Shakespeare? So it is said by Alexander Pope. Whom did Dr. Johnson consider the father of English criticism? Whether it is Sir Philip Sidney, Alexander Pope, John Dryden, or Ben Jonson. So he said John Dryden, the father of English criticism. Cademon and Canewolf are Anglo-Saxon poets, Romantic poets, Elizabethan poets, or Victorian poets. So they are Anglo-Saxon poets. The figure of speech that has a sequence of repeated initial sounds, usually before stressed syllables, is called oxymoron, alliteration, apostrophe, or antithesis. Alliteration. Find the figure of speech in the line. It drops as the gentle rain from heaven. So whether this is oxymoron, alliteration, simile, or antithesis. So जहाँ पे भी as, like as, such as लगा होता है वो simile होता है basically. Next question is like patient etherized upon a table. So it is from T.S. Eliot's The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. The figure of speech used in these lines are oxymoron, alliteration, apostrophe, or simile. So you can see with the very first word is like. So it shows it is a simile. Next is let us speak our free hearts each to each. So whether it is transferred epithet, alliteration, simile, or antithesis. So here it is a transferred epithet. He has many mouths to feed, whether it is oxymoron, alliteration, apostrophe, or synecdoche. So here it is a synecdoche. Shakespeare was not of an age but of all time. Who said this term that Shakespeare was not of an age but of all time? Whether it is John Milton, Matthew Arnold, Ben Jonson, or T.S. Eliot. So it is said by Ben Jonson. Next question is who speaks Ferality? Thy name is women. So whether it is Hamlet, Macbeth, King Lear, or Ophelia. So it is said by Prince Hamlet in the play of Shakespeare Hamlet. Take, oh take those lips away. So the above lines are occurring Midsummer's Night Dream, Twelfth Night, Antonio and Cleopatra, or Measures for Measure. So these lines are taken from Measure for Measure. Oh God, how weary, stale, and unprofitable seems to me all the uses of this word. So which of Shakespeare's tragic hero uttered these words? Whether it is Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, or King Lear. So it is said by Hamlet. Who sings these songs? Under the greenwood tree and blow, blow thou winter wind in as you like it. Whether it is Amiens, Jacques, Rosalind, or Celia. So these songs are sung by Amiens. In which year the prelude was published, whether it is in 1805, 1850, 1855, or 1837. So prelude was completed in 1805 but was not published until 1850. To whom Wordsworth's autobiographical poem The Prelude addressed. So whether it is addressed to Jane Austen, Coleridge, Pope, or Dr. Johnson. So this poem was addressed to St. Coleridge. Next question. Who called Wordsworth the egoistical sublime? Whether it is Lamb, Arnold, Eliot, or Keats. So it is called by John Keats. Choose the correct option. Little we see in nature that is ours. The above lines has been quoted from Tinto Abbey, The World is Too Much with Us, Ode on Imitation of Immortality, or Lucy Gray. So these are taken from World is Too Much with Us. Which work of Shelley has been called among the sacred books of the world by W.B. Yeats? Whether it is Lawn and Cynthia, Mount Black, Prometheus Unbound, or Wolfenstein. So it is Prometheus Unbound. Which work of Shelley bears the subtitle Words addressed to the noble and unfortunate Lady Emilia V, now imprisoned in the convent of Epipsychidion? Jastrow, it is not it, it is Jastrow, Ozymandias, or England in 1819. So it is Epipsychidion. So next question is Shelley informed the publisher Charles Olier that he wanted it to be circulated only to the initiated esoteric few. The work was Epipsychidion, Defense of Poetry, the Coliseum, the Assassins. So the answer is Epipsychidion. For God's sake, I never was more serious. Don't make me ridiculed any more by trimming me gentle hearted in print. Lamb wrote this a letter to Coleridge, Wordsworth, Shelley, or Keats. So this letter was written to St. Coleridge. Separate from the pleasure of your company, I don't much care if I never see a mountain in my life. Lamb wrote these lines in a letter to Coleridge, Wordsworth, Shelley, or Keats. So it is to Wordsworth. A good natured woman, which is as much as you can expect from a friend's wife whom you got acquainted with a bachelor. Lamb wrote these lines in a letter to Coleridge, Wordsworth, Hazlitt, or Keats. So these lines are written to William Hazlitt. Anything awful makes me laugh. I misbehaved once at a funeral. Lamb wrote these lines in a letter to Coleridge, Robert Southey, Hazlitt, or Keats. So he wrote this letter to Robert Southey. These are very important lines of Lamb's letters. F. Scott Fitzgerald was a great admirer of the poetry of John Keats, so much that he named one of his novels Tender is the Night with a line from one of the poems of Keats. Which poem was it? Whether it is in Ode to Nightingale, or Ode on a Grecian, or Ode to Autumn, or Ode to Psyche. So these lines are from Ode to uh, Nightingale. Which sonnet from Keats adopted English form, Spenserian form, Italian form, or none of these? So Keats adopted Italian form. Keats died in Rome in the arms of his friend Severan, Sally, Hog, or Lamb. So he died in the arms of Severan. Which poem of Tennyson contains the following lines? It's all experience is an arc where thou glimpse that untraveled world whose margin fades from ever and forever when I move. So whether it is from Crossing the Bar, Ulysses, Tears, the Ideal Tears, or the Lotus Eaters. So these are from यूलिसेस. जहां भी ट्रैवलिंग और नए वर्ल्ड को एक्सप्लोर करने की बात आएगी वो यूलिसेस से रहेगा. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सर बेडिवियर figures in the poem Moret the author, the princess, Loch Sally Hall, or Jane Ideal Jane. So it is figures in Moret the author. In which poem do the following lines occur? Man from the field and women from the hearth, man for the swords and for the needle see. So these lines are for from Tennyson, and उन इस लाइंस के लिए उनको काफी ज्यादा क्रिटिसाइज किया जाता है फेमिनिस्ट क्रिटिक्स और फेमिनिस्ट राइटर्स के द्वारा कि मैन जो है कि वो केवल फील्ड के लिए बने और वुमेन जो है कि घर के काम करने के लिए. मैन जो है वो सॉर्ट्स चलाते हैं और वुमेन जो है कि नीडल. ओके. So whether this is from Princess, Ulysses, In Memoriam, or more. So these lines are from the Princess. The Charge of the Light Bridge by the Tennyson commemorates the Battle of Balaclava, Crimea, Agnicourt, Napoleonic War, or Boers War. So it is for Balaclava, Crimea. The Dynast is Thomas Hardy's novel, autobiography, lyric, or verse drama. So it is his verse drama. याद रखना काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हार्डी केवल नॉवेल्स नहीं पोएट्री और ड्रामा भी लिखा है उन्होंने. Bathsheba is the heroine of Return of the Native, Tales of the D'Urbervilles, Far from the Madding Crowd, or Jude the Obscure. So Bathsheba is a heroine of Far from the Madding Crowd. The name of the protagonist of The Mayor of the Casterbridge is Newson, Clement Yeobride, Alec D'Urbervilles, or Michael Hanchard. So you all know this is very easy question and it is Michael Hanchard. Next question. Rugby Chapel by Matthew Arnold is written in the memory of Tennyson, Shakespeare, Thomas Arnold, or Keats. So it is written for his father Thomas Arnold, and it is a elegy. From which poem the following lines are taken? Wandering between two worlds, one dead and the other powerless to bore, with nowhere yet to rest my head. whether it is from Dover Beach, Scholar Gypsy, Grande Chartreuse, or Empedocles of Etna. So these lines are from Grande Chartreuse. So here is a line. After that love became a trivial tour. When one went out, another came in. Then I lost count, for always in my arms was a substitute for a substitute. Oh, what is the use explaining? It was nameless, faceless crowd. Who said it? Whether it is Kamala Das, Vishani Dosi, Dom Morrissey, Nazim Ezekiel. So when you read or go through these lines, you find a kind of confession. So it is from the pain of Kamala Das. I had looked after two Muslim children. It was an emotional experiment. I wanted to know whether I could love them, and I could. Who said? Kamala Das, Nazim Ezekiel, R.K. Narayan, or Raja Rao. So it is Kamala Das. Which novel of Lal Singh trilogy deals with Lalu's boyhood in the Punjab village? So whether it is The Village, Across the Black Waters, Sword and the Sickle, none of these. Now these are the three parts of this trilogy, and Lalu's boyhood was still in The Village. Which novel of Lal Singh trilogy deals with Lalu's involvement in the Indian independence movement? So same options are there: The Village, Across the Black Waters, or Sword and the Sickle. And he involved in Indian independence movement in the third part, The Sword and the Sickle. A poem begins as a lump in the throat, a sense of wrong, a homesickness, a love sickness. It is a reaching out towards expression, an effort to find fulfillment. A complete poem is a one where an emotion finds the thought and the thought finds the words. Who said this? Whether it is Philip Larkin, T.S. Eliot, Robert Frost, or Walt Whitman. So these are said by Robert Frost. I own my own forms of humor, shows fear and inferiority. Irony is simply a kind of guardedness. So is a twinkle. It keeps the readers from criticism. Humor is the most engaging cowardice. Who said? Whether it is Philip Larkin, T.S. Eliot, Robert Frost, or Walt Whitman. So again, it is Robert Frost. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. These lines are taken from The Road Not Taken, The Onset, A Considerable Speck, or Waste Running Brook. So these are the final lines or concluding line from The Road Not Taken. I accept reality and dare not question it. Materialism first and the last imbuing. Who said it? Walt Whitman, Faulkner, Robert Frost, or Hemingway? So it is said by Walt Whitman. I celebrate myself and sing myself, and what I assume you shall assume, for every atom belongs to me as good belongs to you. The above lines are from Song of Myself, The Sleepers, Passage to India, or The Wound Dresser. So these are from Song of Myself. The female equally with the male I sing, of life immense in passion, force and power, cheerful, for freest action formed under the laws divine. the modern man I sing. These lines are from Oneself I Sing, The Sleepers, Passes of India, or The Wound Dresser. So it is from Oneself I Sing. Pablo, Pilar, Maria, Anselmo, Caracoa, El Sarado, Augustine are the characters in For Whom the Bell Tolls, Winner Takes Nothing, Torrents of Springs, Green Hills of Africa. So it is From Whom the Bell Tolls. Next question is which novel of Hemingway is based on Dunn's principle that no man is an island? Whether it is For Whom the Bell Tolls, Winner Takes Nothing, Torrents of Spring, or Green Hills of Africa. So the answer is For Whom the Bell Tolls. Hemingway's Man at War is a novel, a collection of short stories, an essay, or an autobiography. So it is a collection of short stories. Whom does Miss Quentin run away with at the end of the novel? So it is from The Sound and the Fury. Whether the man with the purple pants, the man with the green shirt, the man with the red tie, or the man with the blue shirt. So she runs away with the man with the red tie. What is the name of Delsey's husband? Whether it is Luster, Verne, Ruckus, or Jason. So it is Ruckus. Camus was presented in the honor of the Earl of Bridgewater, Earl of Southampton, Earl of Surrey, or none of these. So it is Earl of Bridgewater. Samson's Agonists is a closet drama, comedy of manners, heroic drama, or a farce. So it is a closet drama. Next question. Manoa and Delia are the characters in Samson's Agonists, Lascivious, Camus, or Paradise Lost. So they are characters of Samson's Agonists. Who wrote under the pseudonym of Alec Blair? Whether it is George Orwell, C.P. Snow, Joyce Carey, or John Masters. So it is George Orwell, who said romanticism is an addition of strangeness to beauty. Whether it is Theodore Watts Dutton, John Keats, Wordsworth, or Walter Pater. So it is said by Walter Pater. The phrase willing suspension of disbelief is associated with Byron, Keats, Coleridge, or Wordsworth. So it is associated with Coleridge. Fill in the blanks with appropriate options. The baby has dash up, waken up, awaken up, woken up, or awakened up. So it is woken up. The more Himanshu tried to find excuse for his coming late to the office regularly, the more he dash was confused, tied the knot, was in flat spin, or cut above others. So it is was in flat spin. Barcelona dashed the world to the Montjuic Stadium. Broad took welcomed or welcome. So it is Barcelona welcomed. Yesterday at the school, I dash by the echo of a roar of laughter. Were startled, was startled, was startling, or were startling. So it is simply was startled. We dash by a strange sound. Were startled, was startling, or were startling. Simply it is were startled. Choose the appropriate meaning for the given idioms. Be a good Samaritan, a religious person, a genuinely charitable person, a citizen of Samaritan, or to be a law abiding. So it is a genuinely charitable person. To fight tooth and nail, making effort to win, to fight cowardly, to fight heroically and fiercely, or to fight a losing battle. So it is to fight heroically and fiercely. To meet one's Waterloo means to die fighting, to die as a ignoble death, to meet one's final defeat, or to meet a strong adversary. So it is to meet one's final defeat. अब यहाँ पे चार ऑप्शंस हैं, देखना है कि वो उसमें कहीं एरर है या फिर नो एरर इज देयर. दिस शो इज बेटर देन yesterday or no error. So it is than yesterday. Now, in this sentence, you will find that this so is compared to yesterday. So cannot be compared directly to any day. Okay. So it is not correct. Did you listen what he said or no error? So it is listen. Neither of us have been selected or no error. So it is has been. He is the cleverest of the two or no error. So it is the cleverest. All the ships were uploaded at Mumbai and sent by train to Delhi on no error. So here uploaded at Mumbai. Choose the appropriate synonyms for the given words. Timorous, whether it is timid and frightened, trembling and shivering, savage and ferocious, furioused or slowen. So it is timid and frightened. Vindicative, revengeful and avenging, lively and merry, yearning and pensive, usual and customary. So it is revengeful and avenging. Vanguard, whether it is front or leading, garrulous or glib, dark and dusky, imagery or impractical. So it is front and leading. Terrain, lively and merry, tract of land or country, stuffed and full, violated and exceeding. So it is tract of land and country. Pursue, unfilling, chilling, accomplice, read thoroughly, chattering or loquacious, burnish or brighten. So it is accomplish and read thoroughly. One word substitution is there. That which cannot be changed or altered, irrevocable, in duration, incombustible, or monogamy. So it is irrevocable. Those who live at the same time, tangible, parable, excursion, or contemporary. So it is contemporary. An office for which high salary is paid, kindergarten, sinecure, howdah, or manifesto, and it is sinecure. One who totally absent from alcohol, whether it is teetotaler, cosmopolitan, archive, or polyglot. So it is teetotaler. One who hates knowledge and learning. Disciple, same here also. Misologist, manuscript. So it is Mysologist. Choose the word with correct spelling. So what is the correct spelling of restaurant? So it is the right spelling. Receive. So what is the correct spelling of rheumatic? So it is the right answer. Therapy. So it is the right answer. Thoroughness. Now here is the punctuation. So you have here given the sentence which is not correctly punctuated, and there are the four options in which one option is shows the correct punctuation. So which option is this? So here it is, option number first. Same here also. Option B is correct. Same, and here the option C is correct. Here, if winter comes, can spring be far behind? Is from Ode to West Wind by Shelley, and here option D is correct. 95. Option A is correct. Now here you have to change the sentence into passive voice. Who taught you grammar? So by whom were you taught grammar? Who you were taught grammar by? By whom was grammar taught to you? By or by whom was grammar taught to you? So by whom were you taught grammar? The principal gave him a reward. So whether it is he was given rewards by the principal, a reward was given to him by the principal, he was to give a reward by the principal, or reward was given to the principal. So it is a reward was given to him by the principal. Same, you have to change into passive voice. The Roman expected to conquer Carthage. So the correct answer is it was expected by the Romans that they would conquer Carthage. One should keep one's promise. So whether it is promise shouldn't be kept, promise should be also kept, promise should be kept by once, or promise should be kept. So it is promise should be kept. I know her. She is known to me. She is known by me. She is known to me, or she is known by me. So it is she is known to me. So here is the end of this video. You can also join us on Telegram for daily quizzes which start from 7 p.m. onwards. Thanks for watching. मिलते हैं next video में.